Hey everyone, this is Lalo Reddy from Abstrakt Music Lab, and today we're recreating 3 bass lines like Artbat. We have done a video on recreating 3 leads like Artbat, and you can see here in the top right corner. And this video was such a good video that I decided to make a video with 3 basses as well. And as usual, you can grab the basses here in the description below, and you can grab the preset and the MIDI. But let's get started and listen to how these sounds sound like. We're gonna first recreate the bass line from For a Feeling. We're also going to recreate the bass line from Horizon. And we're also recreating the bass line from Generation. So you have 3 kinds of bass line. You have one which is a little bit darker, which is Horizon. We have one which is a little bit more sawtoothy and wider, which is For a Feeling. And you have a plucky one, which sounds really close to Return to OZ, which you can see the recreation also in the top right corner. And this one is Generation. So as usual, if you want to support the channel, you can get us a coffee, or you can get a preset pack available here in the description or in the top right corner. Or if you want to go bigger, you can also get our freshly squeezed pack available here in the description and in the top right corner with 138 amazing presets for Serum. But let's get down to business. Let's get started with the sound design. We're going to start here with For a Feeling, and it sounds like this. One important mention, all these sounds are going to have a little bit of side chaining. So the side chain is going to be a little bit like this. I'm using Volume Shaper, which you can find here in the description below. Or if you want a free alternative, you can also find Flux Mini 2, which is also available here in the description below. But let's get started with the sound design. Oscillator A, oscillator B, and the noise for a Feeling's bass. And it sounds like this. Horrible. Now, basically what we're going to have to do is put this one -2. And this one -1. And we're going to have to put the level all the way down as well. Now we're going to have to put the unison here to 2 to make it wider. And the detune here of oscillator A all the way down and oscillator B around half away. Okay, now level of this one, we're going to put this to 92 and this one over here. Focusing a lot more on the oscillator A. And basically we have to make this a pluck as well. So to make it a pluck, we have to put the sustain all the way down. Decay. Basically like this. But there's still a noise in the sound if you listen to. There's still a and if we put this envelope over here, it's a bit too short. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. We're going to create a new one over here, sustain all the way down, and if you listen, the noise is a little bit panned to the left, so basically that's the initial sound. We're gonna also choose a filter over here, because if you listen to the original, it doesn't have that much high end. So we're going to put this over here at around 7,000. A and B. And the resonance is going to go all the way down. But now it's still a little bit too short. It's a little bit too quiet. We're going to have to pick a distortion, put it to 92, something like this. Now also we're going to pick here an EQ, and in this EQ we're going to boost here with bell curves around 300. And also around 3 dB, something like this, around 3000 Hertz. Maybe a bit less white noise. Now we also have to pick a reverb over here. It's going to be really simple. We're going to put this to 3, the size to 42, low cut a little bit because we're doing a bass, and the wet is going to be really slight. We also have to do one thing else over here, which is pick this knob and do a notch around 60 Hertz. And a boost around the mids over here. And that's about it for bass number 1. Let's go to bass number 2 right now, which is horizon bass. Horizon bass is a little bit more low-endy. It's a rolling bass, and you can see the MIDI over here that it goes up and down a lot. It has a lot of bass jumps. But now let's start by choosing here Serum. We're gonna activate sub, put it to -1. We're gonna activate oscillator A. Put it to basic shapes, 0, and we're going to choose a square wave over here. And oscillator B, we're going to put this to -1. This will be the main sound, and this will be something around over here. The sub, we don't want it to be affected by the filters and effects, so we're going to choose direct out, and we're going to put the level all the way down, because we're going to automate the level here with the envelope. So in the envelope, this is how it sounds like right now. It still pretty far from the sound, right? It already has that tonality, but still pretty far. So sustain all the way down. Now decay has to go around 900 to 20 milliseconds. And now the filter is going to start shaping the sound a little bit. So cutoff all the way down to like 12 Hertz. A and B. I'm going to choose the resonance up to 20. I'm going to pick this envelope and modulate this up to around 40. And also we're going to modulate this over here. So we have that sub from the sound. We still need to push a lot from the sound. We have the low end from it, but we need to push a lot more. We're going to do this in the effects section. So in the effects section, it's going to be three things: distortion, EQ, and filter. Distortion, we're going to put this around 88. Now, EQ is going to be pretty drastic. So we're going to put here 1,200. We're going to put the Q around 30. And the gain, we're going to put it around 16, 17. Let's put it to 18. In a bell curve. Now also over here we have to do a small bell curve adjustment here in the low end. That will be around 70 Hertz at this pace over here. And it sounds like this. You can see it's pretty raw. We need to filter it right now. We need to filter, and with the filter over here, that's where the sound is going to be shaped. Cut off all the way down. And now here with the filter, we're going to choose envelope 2. We're going to modulate this around over here. We have a little bit too much over here. Maybe we can open this up a little bit more. Maybe we can close this a little bit more. And that's it with sound number 2. Let's go to sound number 3, which is going to be that plucky bass from Generation. So we're going to start Serum over here. And in Serum, what we're going to do is we're going to choose here analog basic shapes and analog basic mini. We're going to have to choose a sawtooth over here. And this basic mini, we have to put it to -1, and it sounds like this. Now the level goes all the way up here and to 40% here. We're going to focus a lot more on this wave over here. Now, basically, we're going to have to put the sustain all the way down, and the decay, we're going to have to put it around over here. And this handle, we're going to have to put it right on this line over here to make this sound a bit more plucky. Now, with this sound, basically we now have to go to the effects section because basically that's it for the oscillator. So in the effects section, we're going to start with hyper and dimension, hyper, size all the way down, mix of the hyper all the way down as well. And we're going to just put this around over here. You can see that this changes the sound a little bit, right? Now, distortion, we're going to put this around 80 over here and around 85 over here. Now we're going to have to go to the filter, and in the filter, you're going to have to choose here MG low 24. The cutoff has to go all the way down, and we're going to need envelope 2 here to modulate the cutoff. So sustain all the way down, decay to around something like this, and this a little bit down as well. Now envelope 2, we're going to put this around here. That's about it. And the resonance about 13. You can see it creates a wobbling effect. If you compare it to the original, it's still a lot quieter, right? What we have to do here, we're gonna put here a EQ, and in the EQ, we're gonna lower a little bit of the low end. We're gonna cut it out, something like this, and also around here. Perfect. Now here, around 8,000, 7,000 hertz, we're going to put here a cutoff like this, and we're going to boost a lot. And this is going to be a bell curve. If you compare it, it's still pretty quiet. So what we're going to have to do here is put a compressor. Now in the compressor, we're going to put this around 28 here, and the gain over here. And we're going to also boost the level over here. Pretty much the sound is there. We just need delay and reverb now. So delay, let's start with the delay. We're going to put this to 1/8. We're going to put this right around over here, something like this. And I like when you have this wobbling from left to right, so I'm putting it yeah, that's about right. Maybe a little bit less over here. Now, cool, we're gonna just pick a reverb over here now. And in the reverb, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put the mix to around 30%. The low cut to around half. And that's pretty much it. Now, if we compare it, pretty good, right? Pretty close to what we had in the comparison. Again, if you want to listen. You can definitely play around with the reverb. And that's it with sound number 3. Now we're going to listen to everything that we've made here in the session. So sound number 1. Sound number 2. And sound number 3. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, you can hit the like button. If you loved it, you can subscribe to the channel. And leave it here in the comment sections below which kind of videos you want to see in our sound design series. And I hope to see you in the next Abstrakt video next week. Ciao.